Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of European Football here in Lyon for the draw ceremony for the playoffs of the 2017-2018 UEFA Europa League. And as our president, Alexander Ceferin, cannot be with us, he is really keen to pass on to you his regards and his wishes of luck in the upcoming playoffs to all of your clubs. So 3 qualifying rounds are already behind us in this season's competition, and we've been privileged to see some fine matches already with the new season only a few weeks old. The third qualifying round has come and gone with plenty of excitement and great goals. We've seen a total of 117 goals over the 2 legs and some surprises along the way with teams who weren't considered as favourites in their ties, raising their game to overcome respected opponents and put themselves in the playoffs. The last team to qualify last night was SC Braga, who scored a winning goal in minute 121, way past midnight in Central Europe. So today's draw features 44 clubs, including 15 that have joined the competition from the UEFA Champions League third qualifying round. The UEFA Europa League group stage is now just around the corner. The clubs that are here today, along with their fans, know that if they emerge victorious after the 2 legs of the playoffs, they will go into the group stage, whose draw will take place in Monaco at the end of this month. All of you have every right to dream of a long and prosperous adventures this season. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you good luck in your playoff matches and best wishes for the rest of the sporting season. Just for a moment, let's now refresh our memories and look into the recent past and last season's final, a night when Manchester United FC clinched their first ever UEFA Europa League by defeating Ajax on a memorable occasion in Stockholm. This is your dream, this is your objective. The road to Lyon 2018 goes through the playoffs. So now let's move on to this eagerly anticipated draw, and to give you the full details of the technical procedures and to help me conduct the draw, please welcome on stage the head of club competitions, Michael Hesselschwab.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Some technical procedure before we start with the draws. All relevant information concerning the draw have been made available, and you can refer to these draw documents. Any fixture reversals or changes of dates will be communicated to your club later this afternoon. 44 clubs, out of which 29 clubs qualified from the second qualifying round and 15 coming from the third qualifying round of the UEFA Champions League, are involved in today's draw. And they are divided into 22 seeded and 22 unseeded teams. As you are used to, we'll use a computer system to perform the draw in full respect of the draw principles, such as country protection, which means that clubs belonging to the same national association do not play against each other, and seeding of clubs. The 44 teams have been split into 2 groups of 10 teams each and 2 groups of 12 teams. All the clubs within the 4 groups have been ordered randomly and identified by a number. We start with groups 1 and 2. 5 balls are placed in the first pot. They contain numbers 1 to 5 corresponding to seeded teams in each of the 2 groups. To my right. The second pot contains numbers 6 to 10, the unseeded teams. Every time a ball is drawn from each of the pots, the 2 balls are shuffled in the third pot in the middle and drawn to establish pairings and order of matches. The result of this draw applies instantly to all 2 groups. For example, if the first ball drawn contains the slip of paper number 1 and the second the slip of paper number 9, the clubs which have been assigned the numbers 1 and 9 in each of the 2 groups will play each other. Moreover, the first ball drawn containing the slip of paper number 1 designates the home team for the first leg and for all 2 groups. The same procedure is then carried out with the remaining balls to complete all the pairings. Sounds complicated, it's pretty simple actually. So we can now proceed, and back to you, Giorgio.
Yes, and I think that you know already how it works. We have applied the system for many draws. I think we can proceed now. As we've said, we start with groups 1 and 2, which contains 10 teams each, and we go. So, let's see, the first 2 teams being drawn are the one with number 10, which is Skendia and Panathinaikos, and their opponents.
And they all play against teams in position number 1.
That gives the following pairings: Skendia versus Milan and Panathinaikos versus Athletic Club. So the next 2 teams are teams number 9. Osijek and Apollon Limassol.
They'll play against team's position number 5.
Number 5 means Osijek versus Austria Wien and Apollon Limassol versus Midtjylland. We are ready for the third pairing, which will include the 2 teams number 7. Crvena Zvezda and Hafnar Fjordur.
And the 2 teams number 3.
2 teams number 3, it's Crvena Zvezda versus FC Krasnodar and Hafnar Fjordur versus SC Braga. And now it's the turn of number 4.
These teams will play against teams position number 8.
4 versus 8 means Club Brugge versus AEK Athens and Everton FC versus Hajduk Split. Number 6.
And the remaining number 2. Number
6 versus 2, Maritimo versus FC Dinamo Kiev and Football Club Vitorul versus FC Salzburg. So we are ready to move on to groups 3 and 4.
Same system as for the first 2 groups. The only difference that we've got the 2 pots containing 6 balls each rather than 5. So 1 to 6 here and 7 to 10 in here for the unseeded teams.
So number 1 to number 6 is the seeded teams this time, and number 7 to number 12 it is the unseeded teams. So here we go. We start with number 11.
And they'll play against team in position number 2.
11 versus 2. It is Vardar versus Fenerbahce and Domzale versus Olympique de Marseille. Now we go with number 1.
And they play the teams in number 7.
So Ajax number 1 will play Rosenborg and Partizan Videoton FC. Number 10, Altach or Utrecht and Utrecht.
Against teams in number 6, position 6.
6 is Altach will play Maccabi Tel Aviv and Utrecht Football Club Zenit.
Halfway through.
Number 4.
Against number 8.
So FC Bate Borisov versus FC Alexandria and Legia Warszawa versus FC Sheriff. So, the second last draw here is number 5.
Against number 9.
So, GNK Dinamo Zagreb versus KF Skenderbeu from Albania and FC Victoria Pilsen playing AEK Larnaca. Now only one is left.
Last one to go.
We know the teams, but we ignore the order of the matches, which is what we're going to draw right now. And we start with the 2 teams number 3.
And to complete play against teams in position number 12.
So Ludo Goretz versus FK Suduva and the PAOK FC versus Östersund. This completes the draw for the playoff round matches that will be played on the 17th and the 24th of August 2017. The 22 winners of this playoff round will be qualified for the group stage of the UEFA Europa League, and the draw for the group stage will take place on Friday, 25th August 2017 at 1 p.m. in the Grimaldi Forum in Monaco. In respect of today's draw, please let me remind you that we might have some fixture reverses and or change of dates. They will be communicated in the auditorium at 3 p.m. this afternoon, as well as in writing to you and your national association later today. Please also note that your club should be available for media activities for approximately 15 minutes outside the auditorium. We thank you for this, and we thank you for everything, ladies and gentlemen. I wish all your teams the best of luck. Good.
Good. Done. Well done.